Mayfield on first down. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield underneath for Johnson. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
First down, Patriots.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Balaj. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. David Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. You can't choose on. Coming to you. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Ready.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Let's go now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, check. 3 down. Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Go. Check like 33. I got him. Mark check 33. And go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Joe Hayden from his quarterback position on the sack that time. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Bravo.
Mayfield now from the 50. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. He got you the football, gave you great out.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Nice 7, let's go. Mark check 33, 33. Hey, me and you.
2nd and 15. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Jumper.
Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a 1st down. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyus Bowser, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
66.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Following the interception, Mayfield buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Mayfield on play action. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. 2nd and 9 now. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Johnson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Check three. Hey, avoid 33.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Come on, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Pilot 64, weak. Echo. Yep, motion. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield down. This is the tight end, Njoku. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And Mayfield just getting the play off. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Check pass. Hey, Mike 52.
Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run it with Balaj. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Tighten up. Hey, switch gears.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Set, 180. I got you. Watch twitch. Run. No.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta. 52. Hurry. My time.
From the gun, Mayfield. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up
2nd and 3. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Patriots have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Oh, you got deep? Check.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. He's got a first down and more past the 30. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check it back. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Regular, regular, regular. Hurry, hurry.
To throw, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
King. Hurry. Let's go.
And the blitz does come. And that will be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the run, watch the run. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 61, Matchbox, light. Delta, jet, ready, go.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's caught by Aguilar. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Zoom, fellas, let's go.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Terry Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Regular. Twist. Hurry. I got you.
Mayfield to throw it. Well, going deep here for Taylor. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. They come out here in the eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's a run with Balaj. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But
now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Back to you. I'm going to Mike, check 33. 33. Switch up. Hey, check Mike 33.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here I come.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard all day. Whoa. Let's get it.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 4. Hurry. Like that.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
General, West, exit. Go. I got motion. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. He'll find Everett there, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Patriots, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.